Well, I'm delighted to welcome to our program this morning two parishioners from Calvary who have been very involved in one of the important ministries of our parish, and it is called the Mustard Seed Thrift Store. And with us today are Abby Dillard and Linda Kidd. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a joy to have you with us. Tell us the purpose of the Mustard Seed Thrift Store.
Well, that's what makes me laugh, because after a number of years of working with the mustard seed, we finally got serious and decided we needed to write a mission statement to define what it is we do. And our mission statement states that it is to put Christ's love into action through inclusive and engaged service. Our goal is to improve the lives of families and individuals by offering gently used items for sale at affordable prices to those with limited income, and to then use the income to better serve our community by supporting charitable causes.
Well, that sounds like a fine mission statement to me, even if it took a few years to get there. What are the days and hours of operation for the Mustard Seed?
We're open on Saturdays from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m.
And where is the Mustard Seed located?
Our address is 133 Brannan Avenue, and that's just around the corner from the Episcopal Church on Lee Street, Calvary Episcopal. We do have a nice new sign at the corner of Brannan and Lee Street that advertises our name and points in the right direction to get to us. And once you turn on Brannan off of Lee Street, we are the first house behind the church, and it's a mustard seed colored house, so it's not hard to find.
And it's also a mustard seed colored sign also.
Yes.
So look for mustard when you're coming down Lee Street. This is an all-volunteer organization, is my understanding. How many volunteers are currently involved?
Well, we actually have about 25 people rotating now. Our Saturday schedule, we have 3 people that work each Saturday, and that is on a rotating schedule. And so you see different faces and meet different volunteers each Saturday that you come in. I'm also proud to say that among this 25 volunteers happen to be about 4 men, and that's a relatively new thing for us. We've always been pretty much female operated, but in the last year and a half, we've had some of our men to volunteer. So you might just see, a gentleman waiting on you when you come in on Saturday mornings.
Well, that's great to hear. I'm glad the men are stepping up. Do you welcome volunteers who are not members of Calvary, and how can someone volunteer?
Yes, we do, and if anyone is interested in volunteering, they can just call the Calvary Episcopal Church, and they will direct you to the right person to volunteer. We've had some people from the community who have for years come in and been shoppers with us and have enjoyed it so much. We've got a couple that are now volunteering, and one in particular was just such a heartwarming story. She came almost every Saturday, and she found out about an elderly couple who had lost their refrigerator, was not repairable any longer, and they couldn't afford a new refrigerator, and we happened to have one for sale at the Mustard Seed. She bought the refrigerator and arranged to have it delivered to this couple, and then after that was so moved that she's now working with us and has even joined the Calvary Women's Book Club. So we've had a couple of other people who've come in and enjoyed being there. It's a wonderful opportunity to form bonds with each other and for us to form bonds with people in the community.
Thank you, Abby. You obviously rely on the donation of items that are in good condition for resale. How can someone make a donation to the mustard seed of a good used item?
Well, again, just come by on a Saturday when we're open between 9 and 1, or if you are not able to do that, call the church, and at the end of the program we'll give you the telephone number to call. But, and then we'll arrange to put someone in touch with you who can meet you during the week if it's not convenient for you to come on a Saturday.
Now, I think it would be important that the items donated are in good condition. If an item is not in good condition, what happens?
Well, there are several different things that we do with items that are not in good condition. We take everything that we can't use, and it may be that it's not sellable because it's just not something our clientele wants, or we take it to the Salvation Army. And then once a year, we usually, if we have an excess of items, we also will donate them to the annual Boy Scout yard sale that they have. We unfortunately don't have much storage space, so it does get to be a problem with us sometimes. We have to be very judicious about keeping our stock rotating and moving out things that don't sell. Of course, first we'll reduce the price of the items that have been there a while, and if we need the space, then we have to go in and start really judiciously weeding and taking more things to the Salvation Army. But that way, they do get used by people who can use them and who need them.
Mm-hmm. Again, I just want to reiterate, this can't be overstated, that the items be in good, resaleable condition, right? We're not the landfill.
Exactly.
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 And it's really a service to the clients also, that they be able to purchase good items at a reasonable cost, and it really is helpful to the families.
Absolutely. And it's interesting when you work there on a regular basis you sort of get a feel for what will sell and what people need. But it was very heartwarming to me recently when a woman was leaving who comes regularly, and she said that coming to the Mustard Seed was the highlight of her week. She just loved coming and seeing what new things we had, and the people get together and chat and have a good time, and the workers have a good time while we're there also. Mm-hmm. So it's a joyous place to be.
Mm-hmm. Are there certain items that you really can't receive at the Mustard Seed because you don't have room, or you just don't have the facilities to handle things? You mentioned a refrigerator not too long ago. That's a fairly large appliance. So
we, of course, could not handle very many large refrigerators, but from time to time we've had washers and dryers and refrigerators, but not very often. The things that we have a hard time moving are large TVs or large electrical appliances, but we still, as I said, we have been able to provide used washers and dryers and refrigerators to people on occasion.
Do you ever help people in kind by giving clothing or household items or other items to families in crisis, for instance, in the aftermath of a fire?
Yes, we have done that at least on 2 occasions. I can remember that we've had pretty serious fires in the community where people lost everything, and we have been able to go in and provide clothing. And just recently, actually, we had a situation where there was a fire, and it was just fortunate that we happened to have some furniture on hand. We were able to provide them with a lot of household appliances, including a microwave. So it just worked out very well that we were able to provide that particular family with the things that they had lost in their fire.
You mentioned a little while ago that all the proceeds go to helping ministries and organizations in the community. What have been some of the recipients in the past?
Well, we're proud to say that we have provided monetary awards to the food bank. We have on at least 2 years in a row given to the event that is sponsored by the First Baptist Church, the Night to Shine. We have given to the Angel Tree, which is a program sponsored by our deacon here at the church that provides toys at Christmas time to children in need. We've also given to Shop with a Cop, and we've given to the GSW Music Scholarship. And one of the things that I'm most proud of is that we have provided shelving to the Sumter Faith Clinic and also provided for them prayer books and Bibles that they wanted to place in their lobby for their patients to have access to while they were waiting. And then we do give to our clergy discretionary fund here at the church, which those funds go directly to the community people that need help.
So this is really an ecumenical, community-wide ministry. It's not just about Calvary. It's about
That's true.
helping people in our community.
Yes, we help people in the community actually more than anything else.
I would also like to mention one thing that we do on an ongoing basis that's not a monetary gift, but when people donate children's books and bags to us, we pass them on to DFACS for children who are coming into foster care. And it is very heart-touching to think about a child who has been taken away from their family, who comes in and doesn't have anything but a black trash bag to put their belongings in. And that is why we do take any bag or suitcase that would be appropriate and children's books and give them to DFACS so that these children have something to put their belongings in and a book. And they also keep books there for families who have to have monitored meetings with their children. The parents do some on occasion, and they have books there at DFACS that the parents can read to their children.
Wow. You are very involved in the community in so many different ways.
That is our goal.
In my mind, and I was somewhat stunned to learn this when I came to Calvary a few months ago to serve as the priest, one of the extraordinary things about the Mustard Seed is that it's truly group-led. There is technically no governing board separate from the volunteers themselves, and it's almost impossible for me to imagine a ministry in the church without a committee. What a great ministry model. How does the committee-less Mustard Seed make decisions?
Well, we meet quarterly, and at these meetings, we discuss any problems or concerns that have come up or that anyone has noticed. A good example is that recently at one of our meetings, one of the members said, we really need to have some sort of good packaging available. Why don't we buy bubble wrap? Well, no one had ever thought to buy bubble wrap before. So we purchased some bubble wrap, and that original roll is almost gone. We use it quite often. So we depend on each other to make suggestions. We also decide how our money's going to be spent that way. We do that as a group, and I mentioned earlier that we have given to Shop with a Cop, and that came from one of our volunteers having heard Chief Scott speak at another organizational meeting that she was out, and she brought that idea to us, and we adopted it, and last year gave to Shop with a Cop. So we just do everything collaboratively and as a group, and it's worked so far.
Well, as I said, it's a wonderful model for ministry in the church and in the community. How long has the Mustard Seed been in operation, and about how much grant money has been given away during that time?
This was an idea that first got off the ground in late 2011 and really just sort of took on speed in 2012, and we've been going pretty wide open since then. So we're about to enter our 8th year. And during that time, we've had sales of over $56,000, and we have donated back into the community over $51,000. So we're very lucky in that we have low overhead, so our expenses are low, and that indicates then that we can put that money, as much money as we can, back into the community.
That is truly extraordinary. I mean, being open really just for a few hours one day out of the week and selling items at very affordable prices. It's just an extraordinary 8-year ministry. and many, many more years. What are your hopes and dreams for Calvary's Mustard Seed Thrift Store for the future?
Well, I would like to mention that we originally started it with the idea that this would be a good place for college students to come and shop when they were first starting out and trying to start up an apartment or a dormitory. And we do have quite a few things, small appliances and dishes and things like that, rugs, and sometimes even bedding and curtains and things like that. But we've not been very effective at tapping into the college crowd. So if we could come up with a way to do that, that would be great. Other than that, I just think it is so rewarding to be able to serve people who don't have the income to go out and purchase things in the big department stores, and they can come to us. And we have usually the things that sell really, really well are children's clothes and toys, and it's just really heartwarming to be able to help the families.
Yeah. Let's do a quick recap. The Mustard Seed Thrift Store is located at
133 Brannan Avenue.
And its days and hours of operation are?
Saturday from 9 to 1. We do close on the Saturday closest to Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, and 4th of July.
And to donate items in good condition, people should do?
Bring them by on Saturdays or call the church and we will arrange to meet them.
And to volunteer at the store, simply contact
Calvary Episcopal Church or come by the Mustard Seed on Saturday.
Great. And all proceeds go to helping ministries in our community. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Abby.
The Calvary phone number is
229-924-3908.
And one more. Give it to us one more.
229-924-3908.
Thank you both for being here. God bless you and success for Calvary's Mustard Seed Thrift Store.
Thank you.
Thank you.